See if I can stay over here away from the sound there. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you again tonight. And as Mark said, it really is great to get out of the Charlottesville area and down here with some real conservative people. Now, that's not to say we don't have conservatives up in Albemarle, because we definitely do. And Carol Thorpe does a great job with the Tea Party group up there, and we're glad to have her too. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that I could be Virgil's candidate. All the things that you ticked off on that list, and I won't take the time to go through them, I'm in favor of. But I wanted to talk to you about one of the things that I hear all the time on the campaign trail. People come to me and they say, why should we vote for you? Why should you be the one who, amongst all these candidates? And I want to talk about two things in my background that I think set me aside from the rest of the people here. The first is jobs. Virgil will tell you, he and I have worked to bring jobs to the 5th District. Years ago, when there was some trouble with getting thousands of jobs into the 5th District, Virgil and George Allen and I worked together to get rid of some bureaucratic snafus in Albemarle County and allow us to bring those jobs into the district. Now the difference is everybody here talks about how they're going to bring jobs to the district. I'm the only person here that can point to jobs that I have brought to the 5th District. And that's important because experience makes a difference. Now, there was a local company that was going to move out of the county. They had over 200 jobs and they were going to move out because of high taxes. Well, I was on the Board of Supervisors and we lowered their taxes and kept that company and those jobs in the area. Now, I can do that same kind of thing in the southwestern part of this district because I know what is happening down in Martinsville. My wife, whose lovely wife is here with me today, she is from Martinsville. My mother-in-law lives in Martinsville, and she doesn't take any time. Every time I'm down there, she reminds me about what are you going to do about jobs down in this area. And I tell her that I've done it in my part of the district, I can do it down there too. Now the other thing I want to talk about is budgets. My background is not as a bookkeeper. I'm an MBA, and I know a little something about balancing budgets. I spent 40 years in the financial industry managing people's budgets, managing companies' budgets, and in the last 10 years, on the Board of Supervisors in Albemarle County, I've managed the local government up there. Last year we cut $30 million out of that budget. We cut $30 million in spending. Now that's with a board that was a majority of Democrats. I was the only Republican on that board, but I convinced them to cut the tax rates there. So I've had some experience in doing that. We cut over $100 million out of our capital improvements plan. And the reason was because I was on the CIP committee. I'm talking about somebody with his head under the hood, not just looking at it afar and voting on it. And I knew that it was unsustainable to borrow that kind of money, that we couldn't make the payments on it. Is that what's going on in Washington today? We're borrowing money left and right from foreign countries, and we're printing money. Well, I know that's unsustainable, and I know how to point out how we can change it and how we don't have to do it. So it's important that you send somebody to Washington that has experience. Now, the last point I want to make, because I'm watching my time here, is that I have won elections in tough Democrat-leaning district. I've won 2 elections in a district against tough, well-funded opponents. And if you think that Tom Perriello is not going to be well-funded, then you're not paying attention to what's going on in this race. He will be well-funded. He will be a tough opponent. We need somebody that's got experience beating tough opponents, that's been in tough races before, that has had his head under the hood on budgets and understands how to go about reducing spending and cutting taxes, that knows how to bring jobs to the 5th District, not only knows how to do it, but has had experience doing it. Actually has brought jobs to the 5th District. Now that's what I can bring to the table. So if you're looking for something that distinguishes a candidate in this group, I ask you to look at my record, to look at my history, and I don't have to make a campaign pledge to you about lowering taxes. I've lowered taxes. I don't have to make a campaign pledge to you about bringing jobs to the 5th District because I've brought jobs here. I will pledge that I will do it in Washington. It's all a matter of adding a few zeros to the numbers. We go from millions to billions to trillions, and it can be done. Now, I want to leave you with a thought here. How many people in this room will want to help me give Tom Perriello a pink slip in November of this year? All right? Come on. That's what the name of the game is. And I ask that you, when you go into that voting booth on June the 8th, that you pull the lever on my name, because I'm the one person who can beat Tom Perriello. I've got a demonstrated ability to do that. I've got a demonstrated ability to balance budgets and bring jobs into the district. And I ask for your vote on June the 8th. Thank you very much for having me here today.